You thought they wanted your anger, didn't you? The yelling, the fists through walls, the fiery rage that burns your blood. They expect it, crave it even because they know how to handle it. Anger is predictable, something they can control, like putting out a fire. But you didn't give them that. Instead, you chose silence, a quiet so deep it's louder than any scream. It's a mystery they can't solve, a storm they can't predict, and it terrifies them. Your silence isn't weakness, it's power. They thought they'd break you, push you to explode, so they could point and say, "See, they're the problem." But you stayed calm, your face a blank mask, your eyes unreadable. That stillness makes them question everything. What's going on in your head? They can't read you anymore, and that scares them. They're used to your reactions, but now they're lost, staring into a void that stares back, wondering what you're planning. They wanted chaos, a fight they could win. They poked and prodded, waiting for you to lash out. But you gave them nothing, just a cold, empty quiet. That silence is a weapon they can't defend against. It makes them doubt themselves, replaying every word, every action, wondering if they went too far. Your silence haunts them, echoing their guilt, their lies, their betrayals. It's a mirror showing them what they've done, and they can't look away. Silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's a statement. It says you've seen their worst and survived. They thought they could hurt you, leave you begging for their approval, but you stood taller, unshaken. Your silence tells them you don't need them. It's the calm before a storm they can't see coming. They're scrambling now, tripping over their own fears, expecting you to explode. But you know the real explosion is the one they'll never predict. They live for your reaction, feeding off your pain to feel powerful. But when you gave them silence, you took that power away. Without a word, you flipped the script. They're left dangling, desperate for a sign they still matter to you. But you've moved on, leaving them with nothing but their own emptiness. Your silence is a fortress, built from every betrayal, every lie. It's armor they can't pierce, and it's driving them mad. Think about it. They sneered, insulted, and tried to break you, expecting you to fight back. But you just stared, indifferent, and walked away. That quiet changed everything. They thought they knew you, thought they could control you. Now they're panicking, whispering to each other, "Why aren't they reacting?" Your silence is a mirror reflecting their own flaws, their fake smiles, their empty promises. They can't escape it, and it's tearing them apart. There's freedom in not reacting. It's like watching a storm from behind bulletproof glass. Untouched, safe. They wanted drama, but you gave them calm. They wanted your tears, but you gave them nothing. That nothing is the heaviest burden they carry now. Your silence is filled with every unsaid word, every uncried tear, every broken promise. It's a graveyard of their mistakes, and they're buried in it, choking on their own guilt. You've become their ghost, a shadow they can't shake. Every quiet moment reminds them of you, of what they lost. They expected you to fall apart without them, but you didn't. You rebuilt yourself, stronger, colder, untouchable. Your silence is proof you've been through hell and came out forged, not broken. They thought they could write your story, but you closed the book. Now they're left with half a tale, guessing at an ending they'll never know. They thought you needed them, that you'd crumble without their approval. But you didn't. You stood tall, your silence louder than any scream. They're the ones crumbling now, under the weight of their own lies. They wanted to be your weakness, but you turned them into a lesson. Your silence shows them what true strength looks like. Not shouting, not fighting, but standing firm, choosing when to speak, when to act. That's what scares them most. You're no longer the person they thought they could control. They expected an open book, easy to manipulate, but you locked it shut. Your silence is a wall, built brick by brick with every hurt they caused. They can't break through it, can't predict you anymore. They're lost in the dark, stumbling, while you stand steady. Your silence is the sound of their defeat, the echo of everything they took for granted. It's the loudest victory you could have. They're afraid of you now, though they'll never admit it. Behind their fake smiles, they're terrified because you're not playing their game. You cut the strings they thought they pulled. They wanted your anger, but your silence is what haunts them. It's the quiet that follows a war they didn't win. When you finally speak, it won't be with rage, but with a whisper that shakes their world. That's the power of your silence, the storm they'll never see coming. You've won not by fighting but by refusing to play. Your silence is the sweetest revenge, a victory they can't argue with. It's the calm that says you've moved on, outgrown them. They expected your fury, but your silence is what will haunt them forever. Let them drown in it, in the weight of their own regrets. You've mastered the art of silence, and that's something they'll never understand. You're the storm, and they're just dust in your wake.